everybody. Welcome to Brian's Basement. My name's Brian. This is my basement. This is episode 38, the penultimate episode of season 3, the 12th episode of the 13 episode seasons we do here. And boy howdy, we got an episode for you tonight. And we're going to talk about all the stuff we usually talk about. All the 3 things. So if you got your 3 things, we're going to talk about those next. So get those ready. And but to start off, I'm just going to play a song, and then we'll talk more about what we're doing. We're not going to yabber for 20 minutes before playing a song. We're going to get right into it tonight. So if you're new here, welcome. This song is called The Escapist. I wanna be a loner, I wanna be alone, I wanna be a drifter, drift wherever I go. I wanna walk a mile, wanna walk 2 or 3, I wanna walk 100 miles away from here. Cause I'm so damn sick and tired of this so-called fight, and I'm a born-again escapist, and I'm taking flight. And it seems, oh Lord, there's no end in sight. I wanna be a thinker, sit and think all day, think about the things that no one cares about, things that no one says. I wanna live a life of solitude, all alone in a cave, and listen to the music of the forest floor every single day. Cause I'm so damn sick and tired of this endless plight, and I'm a born-again escapist, and I'm taking flight. And it seems, oh Lord, there's no end in sight. Wherever I go, I wanna walk a mile, wanna walk 2 or 3, I wanna walk 100 miles away from here. Oh, cause I'm so damn sick and tired of this endless strife, and I'm a born-again escapist, and I'm taking flight. And it seems, oh Lord, there's no end in sight. Yes, it seems, oh Lord, there's no end in sight. All right, that song is called The Escapist. And what are we doing tonight? Well, let me set the stage. Let me take you back to a wonderful time in the world. Back in the wonderful year of 2015. The Bengals were good. The president was articulate. I was a young bachelor roaming the streets at 2 a.m. on Tuesday nights, mere months before I would become married, and it was a magical time and place. And so today, what we're doing is I am going to play through a set from June 23rd, 2015. As many of you know, many regular viewers of the show know, I keep most of my set lists. Not all of them, some of them get lost. But this one is cool because this is from the first show I did at Northside Tavern with friend of the show Joe and friend of the show Katie. Back before there was a show. There was no show. There was just our show on a Tuesday night, the June 23rd, 2015. And so the set list is pretty interesting, and we're gonna talk about some of the songs on there. That first song that I played, The Escapist, still one that I play often to this day and often will start shows with. And so that's one of the cool things about this is many of these songs I still can stand by, and that is exciting to me, and that's a good sign. So I'm just going to go right into it. into song number 2. This is an older one, even at the time that I played it. But this one we still play with the band sometimes, and it's a song about uncertainty and kind of just being at a place where you just are at the point of begging to know what to do. And so this is called "Can I Drink the Water?" I once was thirsty. The river flows wide, but I've been poisoned so many times before. So now I'm asking you, can I drink the water? I've been here so many times before. It seems so strange. So here I am. Here I stand right before you, asking only of you, can I drink the water? 'Cause I've been walking so many miles, I don't know, no, I don't know if I can take another step. And I've been poisoned so many times before, no, I don't know if I can take another sip. So I'll just sit here and wait for a reply, and I will wait here all my life. And you know I never asked much, and all I want is some advice. The river flows and I must know what to do. Won't you answer me true? Can I drink the water? 'Cause I've been walking so many miles, I don't know, no, I don't know if I can take another step. And I've been poisoned so many times before, no, I don't know if I can take another sip. So I'll just sit here and wait for a reply, and I will wait here all my life. All right. So that's called Can I Drink the Water? So let's talk. Let's see what's going on in the chat, everybody. Let's see. Did everybody do that? No one did their 3 things this week. Everybody, come on. Alex says I like this. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. Boy, yeah, 2015. That was the time. But you know what? And I don't want to be like, well, it was so great back then. We're having fun right now. We're having fun right now too. And we had fun last year and the year before that, and we'll have fun next year too. Kim says, look at the, it's playing 3 instruments at the same time. Wow. I do have a thing I want to talk about this drum. We'll get along to that. And Stefan, friend of the show, Stefan. Hello, Stefan. 2015 open mic at Millions. Yes, that should be the title of this show. So yeah. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. So I'm gonna share my 3 things. As always, I always ask to do 3 things at the end of the show. And in the past couple of shows, I've just been sharing, giving you all examples so that you can share your 3 things in the chat. So my 3 things are, first thing, you got to stay safe out there, folks. So what do I do? Well, I went out. This one isn't so much me, but I went over to a friend of the show, Scott's house. He made a nice fire outside, and we got to chat in person for the first time in a very long time. And he had all the fixins, separate jug of water. He had hand sanitizer, little handheld snacks. He had all the fixins out. So that was my stay safe. So shout out to a friend of the show, Scott. And we're going to do more shout-outs to friend of the show, Scott, later. The second thing is be nice to somebody. This was a tough one this week, people. This was a tough one because it had to do with taxes, and you know how that goes. But they sent me the bill late. They sent it to me after it was due, and then I tried to pay it, and they're like, you got to pay the late fee now, which they didn't tell me about when they sent it to me late. So anyway, it was a whole deal, but I was a little heated on the phone and to the nice lady at the city of Bellevue, and then I felt bad, and so I called back the next day, and I said, I'm sorry, but also, did you get my check yet? And so that was my nice thing. We can brag about doing nice things on the show. You're allowed to, okay? I'm giving you the permission. I'm doing it myself, stepping way outside there, and I'm gonna brag about myself, so you can too. And then finally do something fun for yourself. Well, I'll tell you what I did fun for myself. I finally did it, people. I finally did it. If you've been watching all 38 weeks, you'll know that I've constantly struggled and whine about my Lee Oscar harmonica, but no more, because I did it. I bought myself a little Christmas present, my own Honer Special 20, which is what I like the best, and we're going to bust it out in a couple songs. So that's why. So we'll say it again at the end of the show. We'll always say it. And now we're sharing them, so there you go. Great. Okay, another song time. This is a heavy. We're making up for lost time. A lot of the show is jabbing and yabbing, and this is going to be a heavy song show. This set list is 22 songs. We'll see if we can get through it. I don't know. It's very likely I did not get through it back in 2015. This next song is a song that was probably newish at the time. Escapist was probably new at the time, too. I'd probably just recorded 3/4 there, which is what Escapist was on and this was on. And so this was probably just like showing it off, my new song. And actually got a request from Tom the Bomb today to play this one. I was like, I'll bet it's on there. I don't know, but it turns out it is. This song is called Gas Station Line. I'm going to take a break from the drum. Thursday night is coming fast, I'm alone in my mind, thinking of them old days from another time, and I'm dreaming of the old life, the life I had to leave behind. And I'm dreaming about that gas station wine. Nothing else to do tonight, let's go to the riverside. Fresh scent of the falling rain, the darkness of the night. My lungs are filled with cold air, but I feel warm inside. 'Cause I've been drinking on that gas station wine. And all this time I'm sitting in my room, wondering if everyone feels this way too. And I wonder if there'll ever be a time in our lives when we can feel alive again and happy all the time again. Now it's been about a couple of years, but it seems like yesterday. You said you weren't a drinker, but I showed you the way, and I brought you a bottle and you didn't know it at the time, but you was drinking on that gas station wine. And I still see you standing in my room, looking at me the way that you used to. And I wonder if there'll ever be a time in our lives when we can feel alive again and happy all the time again. So throw your glasses in the air, raise them spirits high. Here's to the future, close nostalgic eyes. Tomorrow's gonna turn out and everything will work out fine. And we'll be drinking on that gas station wine. Yes, we'll be drinking on that gas station wine. Whew, that's the second time in a row on this show had issues with the old gas station wine. Maybe it's a cursed song, which is a thing. So, this next song, there's a good lead in this next song. This next song was one that I'd written a little bit. This was on the previous release at the time, on the initial release when I really started doing this was House of Tropicals, and this was on that. And for the longest time, I could never play this live. For whatever reason, something would go horribly wrong, like it just did on Gas Station Wine, and I swore it was a cursed song. And I actually remember playing this here at Northside Tavern. I've done several shows at Northside Tavern, so they kind of all blend together. But I do remember specifically messing this one up at one of the Northside Tavern shows. And it always happened at open mic, and I didn't even play it for a long time. But I do like this song, and you know what I'm going to do? Is this cool? Does this make me look cool? Because I feel like it keeps going on with this. But I do like this song, and I still like it because this song is a blueprint. This song is basically a blueprint for the life that I wanted to lead. This because I was just finished up grad school, finally out of school forever and ever. And I was ready to be done with school. School's fine. I like school. I was good at school. It was fine. But I was ready to move on. And so this song was kind of like thinking about the blueprint. And I would say other than the bad part of town part, I do live in a nice little humble neighborhood. But other than that, I'm pretty proud with the way that I've followed this. So yeah, this song's called Sadamsville. Well, you know, someday we'll buy a house, just a place to call mine. And I'll fill it up with yard sale couches and things I find outside. And I'll settle down in a bad part of town where no one likes to go. I don't mind the wear of time on tired looking homes. All I need's a place to sleep where I can rest my bones. And I don't care for strip malls or clogged suburban roads. And I don't give a damn if my neighbor don't mow his lawn. He don't give a damn that I play my music on the porch. Oh, this old river town is the perfect place to hide from the expectations anchored to my life. And it seems to me the American dream is flawed and filled with lies. Why is a house more valuable than the time that's spent inside? And I don't need a big flat screen to tell me what to buy. And why should a profit margin keep me up at night? Because I don't give a damn if my neighbor don't mow his lawn. He don't give a damn that I play my music on the porch. Oh, this old river town is the perfect place to hide from the expectations anchored to my life. And we'll talk about these lofty dreams over warm and stale light beer. Hey, no more curse, right? Got through it. I'm the neighbor that doesn't mow his lawn, just in case you're wondering. Kim is a neighbor that mows the lawn, for sure. Yeah. I also like how the song's about having no lofty dreams and then ends with talking about how having no lofty dreams is a lofty dream. Oh, we got comments. Oh, what did Kim do? Oh, boy. I know you all can read it, but I'm going to read it here. Kroger didn't give Kim bread. Yeah, we got no bread, which I know. I've been thinking for weeks that the click list is kind of bullshit and they just don't give you things sometimes. If there was really not a loaf of bread in Kroger, I'm pretty sure we'd be hearing about it. I'm pretty sure there'd be riots. So, yeah. And Kim didn't go back. That is very safe. Good job, Kim. He shared the song, friend of the show, Jordan. His song, Chasing Butterflies to a Friend That Lost Her Dog. That's a great song, and that's a nice thing to do, Kim. You know what, Kim? That's nice for other people. It's nice for the show. Rep the brand. Yeah. And then went to Darkness, beer to drink. That's true. We always go Darkness, and Darkness always they do so well with the with their safety protocols. They're on top of it down there. They actually care about their patrons, which is really nice. And that's what I'm drinking right now. Ike Ike Baby Imperial Stout. Thank you for sponsoring the show, Darkness Brewing. Okay. Oh, Alex says, I miss Darkness so much. On a streak of buying bad beer. Oh, yeah. That'll get you. Can't do that at Darkness. That's true. Yeah, all right. Well, we're just going to continue along. I got my new harmonica, filling it up with a bunch of beer spit. We're just going to continue along. This would have been also a new song at the time. This would have been, I'm sure I played this at open mics, but this it's very possible. This is one of the earliest set lists I have. This was probably my second real show. The first real show I had was at Motor a little bit before that. And it might be in here, but it's not in its right place. But this is the earliest one I have. So this would have been a new song. And yeah. And we all know it. And I play it all the time. But some of these songs I play all the time. The second set is a disaster on this set list. But anyway, enough yammer. I'm really excited to play my new harmonica. I need you, super glue, fixing all these little things so I don't have to buy them new. And you fill the little cracks I find in my life, my super glue. I want you, super glue, slathered all over my life so I don't fall apart in two. And I think I'll keep it all together with you, my super glue. What am I going to do when you're all but spent out with me and there's nothing but an empty tomb? What the hell am I supposed to do without you, my super glue? Special 20, everybody. That is the harmonica to get. I'm not even getting paid for that endorsement, but... Okay, let's see. What's next? We got friend of the show, Scott. I was in the chat. Says, better bet both of us. Yep, I know. No, cause Scott, because we're going to talk about you now. Because it's props time. Props time. We got some props. I went over to a friend of the show, Scott's house, and he gave me lots of gifts. Scott is so generous, and I'm gonna take this out of here, and I'm gonna bring him up to the camera, and I'll show you everybody. Now this show is somewhat about show posters too, and so I want to show you some of these posters that Scott has collected and saved. So this one, can you see that? Is it really blurry? It's okay. This one is from my residency at Crow's Nest. This, we got friend of the show, Stefan, right there. Eli, we're trying to get him on the show. Preston also trying to get on the show. And then friend of the show, Joe and Joey. And then this 27th right here was the first gig with the band. So yeah, so that's that one. And I had to learn how to draw cheese and boxing gloves for this. And then the next one we have... This one's Scott. See, Scott put all these in frames. He collected all these. It's so nice. So nice and generous of him. And this one was from Lucius Q. We love playing Lucius Q. It's kind of a newer venue. And we really did well there. And we had a lot of fun there. And so hopefully when this is all done, we'll be able to go back to. This was done by their booker, Rome. Really nice guy. And the only booker I've ever talked to in 5 years that's ever done art for the show. So that's super cool with him. So I'm glad I have this one. And then this one isn't a show poster, but it might be someday. Scott has a friend who has autism, and one of his things that he does is he makes these color spectrums, and there's all kinds of colors. There's like green and blue ones and orange ones, and this one is maroon and orange, and that's the signature of the artist. And it's super cool. And Scott has a whole binder of these, and he brought them to open mic. And I was like, that one is super cool. I really like that. So we got that too. So thank friend of the show, Scott. Super cool. So thank you, Scott. And that's props, everybody. All right. Got a little of the sniffles, so I reached in this jacket. This is my... I call this my ruckus jacket. Whenever I'm wearing this, I get into trouble. And I pulled out the grossest tissue I've ever seen in my life. But something was wrong that day. But anyway, what were we doing? Playing songs? Okay. We're going to play... Okay, here we go. This is one of the older ones. This is an oldie. And this one is kind of melodramatic, I would say. And it never really got on a real official album. I kind of recorded it in retrospect for the Ghost Town, technically the first album. But yeah, we played. This one's fun with the band. It's a good beat, and it has a good rock beat for the band and stuff. But yeah, it's a little melodramatic for me, but you know, like I said, most of these songs I've played in the past year. Well, not this year, but in terms of gigs, in terms of real years. So yeah, this is called "This Old World." Everyone I know has moved away. All my friends have left this town. And anything that I try and build today, tomorrow will be torn down. There's too much hate and there's not enough love. Everybody chasing things they do not need. They look around, they look above, but they never find the answers they seek. I'm growing tired I'm growing tired of this cold world, and it's tired of me. Lately I've been looking for some meaning to life, just like so many have before. The more I look, the more that I find more questions than I had before. I'm growing tired of this old world. I'm growing tired of this cold world, and it's tired of me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm growing tired of this old world. I'm growing tired of this cold world, and it's tired of me. Yeah, that's a fun one to play. That's a fun one to play still. Let's talk about this here drum. So, I used to, when I did more solo stuff before the band came along, I used to always bring a drum with me, a foot drum of some sort, because I thought it would help fill the sound. And it would always happen that I would think, I'm going to bring the foot drum, and then I would go to the show and be like, well, I can't just do quarter notes the whole time, so I got to mix it up. And then inevitably I'd mess it up in the show because I didn't practice like trying to vary what was going on with the foot drum. And I gotta tell you, that's going to be an authentic experience tonight because I just fixed this. My beater missed a wing nut, and now I fixed it with old ceiling fan parts. People say, "Why do you keep old ceiling fan parts?" This is why. Okay, so I'm bringing it back. Haven't done this in a very long time. This has been multiple years, but it's kind of fun. It reminds me of when I used to do this. I think if I did a solo show again, when I will. I would do this again, I think. The one for the Northside Tavern show specifically, I don't think it was this one. I think it was the next one, maybe? I don't remember, but I know it was at Northside Tavern, and Joe, friend of the show, Joe Walla, he rags me for this to this day. I showed up with it was like a cardboard box stuffed as tight as it could with plastic bags. And then it had an old bicycle inner tube wrapped around it and tied to a piece of tile on the bottom that the pedal would stick to. And I played it like all week. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is so junky and like folksy and whatever. And then I got the show and it made it through one song and it completely fell apart. And so Joe still makes fun of me to this day for that, as he should. All right. Let's see what we got over here. We got Beater Missed a Wing Nut. That's a band name if I ever heard one. Pro kick drum over here. You know it. You know it. All right. Okay, this next song is a song that was probably new at the time. Well, no, because you know what? I tell the story all the time about this song, but I'm going to tell it again because you never know who's watching. Maybe you're new to the show. Maybe you don't even know what's going on here. It's pretty confusing. Don't worry. I'll fill you in. This song is called Masterpiece. This is a song about redemption and coming back to something old and bringing it anew. And what's funny is this was not planned, but I wrote the song. I went to record it, and my brother and his friend made fun of me. And no hard feelings, David. If you're out there, no hard feelings. It's all good. It probably was terrible. And so I didn't do anything with it a long time, and then I brought it back, and I kept playing it, and someone told me it was a worthwhile song, and so it actually made it on an album much later than it was written. So this is actually an older one. It's probably about the time when it was written, but it took a couple years for it to get on an album. This is called Masterpiece. Canvas upon which the painter paints. Everything I am anything that he dictates. Seen in me is a vision of his mind's eye. But what is to become of me when the painter dies? And every single day I slowly fade to gray, slowly fade away. Unfinished work of art, well, they'd put me on the shelf. I am merely remnants of my former self, old and ugly and tattered, worn and torn. The colors just don't shine like they did before. Until some special day the artist comes my way, takes me from this place. She holds me in her arms and she smiles. I haven't been looked upon in quite a while. A little bit of creativity and in no time patches up my holes and draws new lines. I finally am complete. The artist's masterpiece. I'm a masterpiece. All right, that's masterpiece. All right. Let's see, what else did I have? I had a lot of things I wanted to tell everyone about. I want to tell you all about stuff tonight. Okay. We've talked about it. We'll talk about that later. Okay. I did realize when I just did props, I forgot to show you the show poster of this show. Kind of why we're doing this whole thing. So I'll bring it up to the camera and I'll show you, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about it. So as you can see, this was a show with friend of the show Katie and friend of the show Joe, and Northside Tavern started at 10. They would do these shows super late, and I guarantee this was Tuesday. It says Tuesday on there. Tuesday at 10, they would start these shows, and I know that like a lot of people watching actually came to it. So thank you so much if you were there. But we would do, this was the first of a lot of shows we would do there, and what we would do is we would all play like a half an hour set, and then we would rotate through. So the idea was that like I would play at 10, and then it would be Joe and then Katie, and then everyone could leave at like 11:30 and go home, and then we would play a second set, another like half hour set, and that would usually get us through it. And they were so fun because just 3 people on a bill is like really fun because a lot of different people come and stuff. But this was the first show poster I drew, and it was supposed to be a mix between Katie's song Lighthouse, which I really like, and then Joe's song A Chance to Search for Diamonds, because they're looking up at the stars or whatever. And I always tried we talked about this on one of the other shows. I always tried to combine the songs of the people I was playing with into a show. This is it's not like a really good drawing, but I tried, but they've gotten better since, and it's something that I actually like. I would hang these up and stuff. Like no one sees a poster on a telephone pole. It's like, oh, I'm going to that, but it was just a fun thing to do, and so I continued drawing, and now I have this whole binder of fun drawings. And this last one that I did, well, the boxing glove tree I really liked, and then this last one I did for the Lay the Stone for the show at Wonder Bar we did with Jimmy Ruhlman. This just kind of shows how far I've come, so I'm going to bring it up. So yeah, you just gotta try things sometimes, and sometimes if you do things enough, you get okay at them, and if you don't, that's fine too. But if you have fun doing it, and I look at it and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's I had I when I was doing props, that was technically part of props. Okay, all right, let's play another song. Oh my goodness, time is wasting. Okay. Okay, so this is one everyone's heard 1,000 times. Oh, Kim, do you want more beer?
I do.
Here you go. Here you go. We share around here. That's my nice thing for next week. This is gonna be sharing the growler. So, all right. Anyway, this song, like I said, I've played it 1,000 times. Everyone knows this song. Everyone watching probably. If you don't, wow, you're in for a treat. This was about. I wrote this when I was doing my commute back and forth to school. I drove on this bridge, and then they got rid of it, and there was a bunch of construction. It was gone, and I always thought it was a really fascinating type of structure. When they say they don't make them like they used to, that definitely applies to bridges. Not so much like jeans and footballs or whatever, but but definitely to bridges. And I thought it was always very cool, and I always had distinct memories of it. And it just kind of felt like at the time a lot of things were kind of falling down, and new era, new times, everything very in flux at this time with me and a lot of my friends, and so that's kind of where this is coming from. It's called the Waldvogel Viaduct. When we drove to the city when I was a kid, we always took the way of a tight old bridge, but they done torn it down. All that remains is a fragment of a memory in the back of my brain, because the clumsy old bridge just couldn't contend when a city engineer ranked it 4 out of 10 for structural integrity that had to be condemned. So with 4 little words they sent it to its end, and they said, tear it on down, tear it on down, to the Waldvogel Viaduct, to the ground. There's no need to renovate, no home to repair, no, tear it on down, and won't forget that it was ever there. With the Waldvogel Viaduct finally out of the way, Rise Hill could see the light of day, and the years of neglect and the urban decay showed the Route 50 commuters its ugly face, and it stared deep into their souls with an empty glare, and they tried to look away and act like it wasn't there, but when they looked down the barrel on Old Church Street, oh, none of them could cope. But all of them agreed to just tear it on down, tear it on down, till over nice hill right to the ground. There's no need to renovate, no hope to repair, no tear it on down, and we'll forget that it was ever there. Where does it stop? Where does it cease? When do we look around and finally see that we're drumming up the holes of a sinking ship, and we're running out of fingers to plug it up with, 'cause we keep tearing it down, tearing it down, tear this whole damn city right to the ground. There's no need to renovate, no hope to repair, no tear it on down, and we'll forget that it was ever there. It was ever there. All right. I should point out that I have on my here today my coffee table. I also got this from friend of the show Scott, and I am so excited about this. This is like a love at first sight moment for me. This is a Porta Studio. It's like it's a 4-track basically, and I played around with it a little last weekend, and it is to me the perfect blend of like the kind of tape player being really close to the recording device and it being completely out of the way, and a computer because it lets you like erase things and like it has like a screen and stuff. And so yeah, Scott, friend of the show Scott, pulling through as always. And it's funny because I have another one here. This is like an actual vintage one I bought off eBay. This one is a 4-track too. It's the same thing, but it uses a tape, and this one uses an SD card. And I got to use this one exactly for one album. Dear Midterms was recorded on this, and it just mysteriously broke. I went to turn it on the next time, and it won't record anymore. And I never dropped it. I knew these things are fragile, and I took super good care of it, and just went kaput. So I still keep it because I think someday maybe I'll fix it. But anyway, so yeah, that's another fun props. I got this, so cool. We're gonna do a lot of stuff from here. I actually recorded a song on it and I posted it on YouTube. So if you're watching, there's a new song. It's in I started a little series called Rough Cuts, and so I recorded it on here when I was figuring out how to do it. So go check that out. It's a song called Mystery, and it's a kind of a fun song, I think. So if you're into that, go check it out. We'll probably play it on a show later, not this show, but okay. What are we doing now? Okay, this is interesting. So this is one of the fascinating things about looking at old set lists. There's a bunch of things crossed out. I changed them until right before the show usually. A lot of these songs probably got skipped or passed or didn't play. But this is interesting because I crossed out a song called I Haven't Seen the Sun in Days, which I've played on this show a lot. And I was wondering why it wasn't on the set list because I used to always really like it with the foot drum. And I was like, why isn't it on here? Well, it is on here, but it's crossed out for this other song that I almost never play, and that is a very much not as good song. Haven't Seen the Sun in Days is not a great song, but this one really isn't a great song. And this one is definitely one that I do not play live. But I'll play it for you now, because this is apparently what I thought would have made the set list. It's called Love Me Anyway. I'm not perfect, I'm not even close to it, no, 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 no. I wear blue shoes and a tuxedo, can't get my house plants to grow. Everything I feel you already know, yes you do. All my stuff is junk, And it's true I have no money. If I find it in baloney, I laugh too loud when it's not funny. Loves when it rains, hates when it's sunny. Yes, I do. And you know that I'm trying every single day to be a little better in every single way. It helps when I hear you say that you love me anyway. I'm not perfect, but I'd do anything, it's true, for you. I cut my own hair and eat glue, just like I did when I was 2. But luckily it's easier with you. And you know that I'm trying every single day to be a little better in every single way. It helps when I hear you say, tell me, love me, please, would you love me anyway? Love me anyway. Love me anyway. You know, I do actually like the ending of that song. I like that a lot. And the funny thing about that song is it's maybe one of the best pure recordings I've ever made. I recorded that in my mom's basement, and I hung a bunch of blankets from the I-beam, and I had it was on the table I used was like not a table. I'm trying to remember what it was. Alex was there. He might know, but it was like this is ridiculous. And but something happened where the vocals, the harmonica, the bass guitar, everything sounds perfect. And Kim says because it's for the love of Kim. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But it's funny. It's funny how it always tends to be like that. But that one in particular is like the most like best recording quality to the worst quality song. But let's see what's going on in the chat. What are you all doing? Well, look at Kim working the chat, typing in as me. That is a great producer right there. Scott says, look at the song.
That was from Masterpiece.
From Masterpiece. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I want to talk. We'll talk about that later, Scott. Actually, that's an interesting comment. And we'll talk about that off air. Can I get some copies of those? I have a copier. Oh, of all these things. Yeah, dude, I got tons of them. I've got a whole bunch of them. The last one I did, the Lay the Stone one, I printed out like 50 of them. I don't know. I definitely was not going to hang them up, but I was like, well, I got to act like I am at least. So I have tons of those. Alex says it was the Comb Jellies magic. Yeah, me and Alex were in a band called the Comb Jellies. And this was definitely the time when we were mucking around trying to figure out how to record songs. That's pretty funny. And Mom says such great songs. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, I like them. They're fun. It's fun because what's interesting about these is that these were the best. These were the best songs that I had. This is it. This is like the new wave of like, here are my newest songs. And now, since then I've had so many more that I would put on set lists before these. So it's really funny. The next song we're gonna play. We're probably only gonna get to the through the first set here tonight. We got 2 more songs on the first set, so we'll just finish out the first set, and I'll tell you all what's on the second one because it's a trip. It's pretty funny. So this next song would have been the probably the newest song at the time, And that's probably why it's second to last, because this song should never be second to last on a set list, realistically. Unless, I was just like really excited about it. Of all the songs on here, Masterpiece obviously was we talked about that. That was like a fluke that I wrote a long time ago and put on there. But this is the only one that's on the next album that would have come out after this show. So this is, oh, wait, no. Yeah, that's true. Oh, no, Slow Times is on here, but I didn't write that one. Anyway. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Because I think, this is not interesting to anyone but me. I think that, I'd have to double check, but I think Dear Midterms might have already been out, because the second set has Dear Midterm stuff. And around 2015, that's around when that came out, I would say. Anyway. This is the newest song of everything on this set list, and that's why it's second last. And I still play this one a lot. This is called Walnut Trees. It's written on the set list as Walnut Bushes, because that's what it used to be. It originally was that, but walnuts don't grow in bushes, so I changed it. Dream of fields that stretched into eternity, and a little house that sat beneath bleak sullen skies. You sat on the covered front porch in a rocking chair, saw the tears welling in your eyes. And the walnut trees grew, but they were not plentiful. And the money was in the wood and not the fruit. You said something about making it through the winter, as I tear the walnut trees up root by root. And harvest season came as it did every year, with colored tents and joyous music fill the air. I turned my back so I may toil in my field. I know the music never reached me there. Plentiful, and the money was in the wood and not the fruit. You said something about faith and our salvation, as I tear the walnut trees up root by root. Kind of got a revitalization when the band came along, because it's the one of the easiest songs chord wise. There's really only 3 chords. There's only 3 chords in that whole song. Really only 2. But yeah, so that's like my go-to. Like, all right, well, it's G and A minor, and then there's like a C thrown in there. So, and then almost anyone can learn it. And then Scott lays down a sweet groove, and then Uncle Dave plays like cool guitar parts during the rude parts. And Jesse. Well, Jesse's just Jesse. So yeah, that's Oh well, we got stuff going on in here. What's it say? We need to have Brian's Basement Trivia Night. You could ask questions like, what was Walnut Trees originally titled? And we could play for Brian's Basement Bucks. Oh, of course, Alex is all about this idea. Yeah, that's right up his alley. I want an auction to spend my Brian's Basement Bucks on. That's pretty tough to do. I don't think you have any, Alex. Do you have any Brian's Basement Bucks? I'm pretty sure Jake has like 460. I think Kristen's got like 72 maybe. And I think that Kim has like 30. Well, what is...
100.
No, she says 100. What's 38 times 2? 76? You have 76. So you pulled ahead of Kristen.
Okay.
That can't be possibly true. We'll have to. I'll check the ledger later, but I don't think you have any Brian's Basement Bucks, Alex. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay. Well, we've got one more. We've got one more song we're gonna play, and it's the song you know I'm gonna play because this was the first set. This was the first half-hour set. I'm sure this took me an hour, but I don't really talk as much during shows. I kind of just play through them, which I'm gonna change. So. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but that's going to change in the future. But yeah, so like the idea was, as I mentioned before, was you play like a short set for the people that came, and then they can go home and go to sleep and get about their lives. And then you have like the 1 a.m. set on a Tuesday. And this is pretty funny. I'm going to read the songs on here. Princess, that is a song there is no way that I knew how to play properly at the time. Scotch and Soda, that's a cover by the one I heard was the Kingston Trio. Rollin' Home, that's a song I got to play in Jefferson City, Missouri, and the person that I sent my songs to said that was the one that was I decided to let you play on. So I was like, okay. I had Neil Young's Heart of Gold, which I played all the time, and I crossed it out for an original Things I Learned Today. That was a good call, I think. Everyone's heard Heart of Gold. Vicious Cycles, that was probably on the brand new or upcoming Dear Midterms. Eyes of Green, crossed out for a Mountain Goats cover called Balance, which I relearned just in case I had to come up tonight, and it's a really fun song to play. I miss playing that. Born in America, also on Dear Midterms. Slow Times, that's a banger. You know what's funny about Slow Times? I went and looked at my year-end Spotify thing, and because they give you like a report of who listens to you on Spotify, and the number one song that people stream is Slow Times. So go figure, the song I didn't write is the one that people like the most. This was interesting. The song called Cascade, 5 years later, is a terrible song that I've probably only played at this show, and I bet I skipped it because I don't even think I ever played it at an open mic unless it was like one of my like gimmicks of like play like some of your worst songs, which I'll do from time to time. So that was a shocker. I had to learn that one again. And then there's Autumn Leaves crossed out Autumn Rain. Still don't know what the title of that song really should be. And then it ends with this song called 3 Days that that used to be like my closer before the song that I'm about to play. It's pretty funny. That's a pretty awful set of like, and that is like definitely like scraping the bottom of the barrel. And yet somehow I haven't seen the Sun and Days got crossed out. What was who knows? I'll give you 1 million comb jellies coppers. Yeah, what is the exchange rate of Brian's Basement Bucks to comb jellies coppers? Anyway. Well, I'm really excited because I get to play my new harmonica one more time. I feel like Alvin and the Chipmunk. And I got Alvin the Chipmunk. He wanted a harmonica. That's a Christmas thing, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway. Yeah, this is the song. I don't remember if I said this on the show, but I was looking at all the. I was sorting through my song stack at all the originals, and there was everything from House of Tropicals except for House on Edgar Street. I had like a meltdown. I was like, and I think I scared Kim away. I was like, why? I don't have the original of the song that of like the main song. And I was freaking out, and I looked for it for like 3 days. And then I was on my computer sorting through, cleaning out those files. And I saw it was called Amazing Waste WIP, Work in Progress. I clicked on it, and it was the lyrics to Edgar Street. It was like the only song I've ever wrote on the computer. So I don't know what that means, but anyway, yeah, so there is no original handwritten copy. There is just only a file on my computer that has the wrong title and is still apparently a work in progress. Anyway, so this is dedicated to the creative souls and all people. It's called House on Edgar Street. Yes, I am the house on Edgar Street, sitting down by the river. Not living soul does live in me, but then plenty of ghosts around. And my halls whisper about the times when Main Street wasn't a highway, and since I'm not in over the right, I said idle on my empty street, I'll never be a trendy brewery. I was built after the war to end all wars, but I was young and I was indifferent. And since then I've seen so many more that I've learned to be a skeptic. And the slumlord, he don't care about me any more than eviction victims that pull my room so frequently. I'm the manifest of long gone pride, an empty shell with nothing left inside. Amazing waste, amazing waste. How have I become such a place? 'Cause I'm empty on the inside and ragged on the outside. I'm a waste of space and time. My floors are still level, my foundation is strong, but it doesn't seem to matter. 'Cause when you've been empty for this long, it gets so hard to fill the void. And I wonder why it has to be this life for me and my brothers. And I wonder why society builds more and more, and just the waste builds more and more till others share my fate. Amazing waste, amazing waste. How have I become such a place? Oh, because I'm empty on the inside and ragged on the outside. I'm a waste of space and time. sitting down by the river. Not a living soul, just living me. But them ghosts still hang around. Okay, everybody. Well, I think that's just about it for tonight. This is the 38th episode of Brian's Basement, and the penultimate. I like that word, so I use it twice. Of the season 3. Season 3 started all the way back with the Jonah song story. Remember that? Doesn't that seem like a long time ago? That's when season 3 started. So we're going to do a big season 3 finale next week. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I will tell you it will be Christmas themed. So yeah, we're going to have the Brian's Basement Christmas extravaganza for episode 39 in the season finale of season 3. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody that tuned in and said hi in the chat. Tommy says he remembers that show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tom the Bomb was there. Yeah. You were there, Kim? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Trying to picture a crowd at 1 a.m. on Tuesday. Can't be pretty. Now, Dad, I think you came to one of those. I'm not, probably not this one, but I'm pretty sure you did come to one of them. But yeah, so. Anyway, thanks to everyone that said hi in the chat and tunes in every week. And if you're new or you're watching this on YouTube, hey, I appreciate YouTube out there. So, until next time, what do we always do? We always stay safe out there. We do something nice for someone else. And then we always do something fun for ourselves. Kim's miming to help me through this. And when you do, make sure you come back and tell me about it next week on Brian's Basement. So long, everybody.